This segment is sponsored by the Columbus Foundation.
Now more than ever, we need to keep the unity in community. And that's why the Columbus Foundation is bringing together Central Ohio residents for a day of connection. Here to share more about this big day is Alicia Zempruk. She is the manager of a big event called The Big Table. You may have heard of it. Welcome, Alicia.
Hi, Sean.
The Big Table, it was such a great concept, and it's always so well received year after year. And I know it's coming up again, but it's slightly different. Can you tell us about the event and why the Columbus Foundation hosts it and what the goals are?
Sure. The Big Table is a day of connection and community building across Central Ohio. We started doing this event in 2016. It's modeled after a Chicago Community Trust event called On the Table. Ours is a little bit different, but we knew that the best way for community members to get to know their neighbors was through stronger connections simply by conversation. So we have a day that fosters connections across our community.
And across all platforms, you know,
Yes.
every imaginable portion of our community is represented at a table for, like you said, in-person conversations. And the excitement of that moment is something that also kind of generates, I think, the success of it, just from what I've witnessed over the years. Now that it's going to be moving virtually, how are you going to keep that same kind of excitement going?
Well, that's a really good question. Now more than ever, we think this connection, this day of connection is important. Folks are feeling isolated as a result of the pandemic and this divisive political climate. So in an effort to make sure folks have that opportunity to connect, we've sort of offered an opportunity to either connect to folks through conversation, assistance, or action. So talk, help, or act. So virtual conversation is incredibly important. That's not going to work for everyone this year. So acts of service or volunteering or simple helping your neighbor are also great ways to develop those connections this year.
Oh, I love that as an extension of what it typically has been. So if someone's watching right now and they want to know how can they partake in the big give, or in this time, the table talk, how can they partake in that and still be involved? Like you said, maybe one of those other platforms. What's the approach? How do you do that?
Well, this year we've got some really cool partners we're working with. So folks can go to thebigtable.org to learn more. But if you're interested in volunteering, we've got partners in BESA, Seeds of Caring, and Point app. They've developed some special volunteer opportunities. Can't Stop Columbus is offering ways to collect stories from our elders that will be stored in Columbus Metropolitan Library. You can follow us on social media to learn more about what nonprofits are doing to help develop those connections, either through their virtual conversations or opportunities they're providing for connection. And we love to hear from members of the public too. So you can share with us or ask us about ideas, and we're happy to connect with you that way.
That's great. Is there a donation part to this?
No, there is no donation part to this. We are just asking that folks give of their time to members of the community. Right now, I think this is when we need those connections the most. We need to be feeling that deep sense of connection. And so this is just simply an opportunity to give one another that sense of belonging.
Can you one more time reiterate for everybody when the event is, okay, and the time and how they can sign up?
Sure. The Big Table is October 16th, 2020, all day, anytime that day. We hope people will talk, help, or act to develop that sense of connection in their community. And you can learn more at thebigtable.org or by following the Columbus Foundation on social media. Also, if you're interested in sharing with us what you're up to, your plans for the day, there's an opportunity to be entered to win a fabulous hat. So be on the lookout for those to be heading out. So share with us what you're doing, and I hope that you feel a sense of connection to one another on the day.
Well, Alicia, all the luck. Thank you so much for sharing what you had to say today.
Thank you so much. It's nice talking to you, Sean.
You too. So talk, help, and act. Reach out to a loved one. Share an act of kindness or volunteer at the big table this year on October 16th.